Welcome to Catch and Go. In today's telecast, I'm going to do the title called The Global Food Crisis. It's going to be a very short video. I just wanted to come on this telecast on Catch and Go and speak to you concerning the things that the Lord is not only saying, but God has been sending warnings to all of civilization and to world leaders and to believers into the body of Christ and to all of humanity. You see, we are about to experience major drought. We're about to experience a global trade war. And we're also about to experience a global food crisis. And we're going to see that shipping lanes and shipping ports are going to be closed. There are going to be certain nations in certain countries that are going to try to use that to their leverage. Then the Lord said something to me for the first time. Remember, I did the title called 11:11, The Establishment. And I talked about certain things that the Lord spoke then in that title, where the Lord spoke to me just now concerning grain and wheat. Remember? I talked about that in the title 11:11, The Establishment. And why would God bring that up? Grain and wheat. And I talked about also the wine and the oil. Remember in that title 11:11. It's because, remember when the war broke out in the Black Sea, the first thing that the Russians did was basically start to put the clamps in place when it came to not only grain and also wheat. And the Lord is saying that in this title, the global food crisis, you're going to see that there are going to be world leaders, and who knows, maybe it could be the 10 kings, the 10 leaders that are going to do things, put rules and laws in place when it comes to other nations, and that you're going to have to not only take the mark of the beast in order for you to be able to not only buy and sell, but to have food and provide food for your country. I want to make that very clear. It's a very short telecast. But what I want to say is it possible from Revelation chapter 17, that harlot and that beast and those 10 kings, is it possible that during this global food crisis and this global drought, one of the things that they use as an upper hand is that they will either say to you, you have to take the mark of the beast, or we won't let you go through, and we will close those shipping lanes and those shipping ports. This is something that you need to keep in mind, because things are about to accelerate. You're going to see what the Lord said, the prelude of acceleration in global sequence. And the Lord said to me, wormwood. And what I want to say also is this, that this is not Y2K. This is something that you need to keep in mind, and you need to bear in mind, and you need to understand that God has been also saying the coming persecution. And matter of fact, I just finished doing a telecast called The Rise of the Jihadist War, God's prophecy, the rise of the Jihadist war, the 200 million soldiers and a one world military army. And what God is saying, real simple, is this: what's coming is the persecution. But I believe with all of my heart that the grace of God simply removes the believers and saints, and I'm talking about those that are standing in righteousness, knowing that God has put a plumb line in place. They're not only eagerly waiting, earnestly, eagerly, with great expectation for that blessed hope from Titus 2:13. God sees that their spirits is in a place where it's consecrated. They are in a place where the Lord sees holiness in their souls and their spirit, in purity. And remember Hebrews 12:14. Without holiness, no one sees the Lord. He's a sovereign, holy God. And God says in 1 Peter, be holy, for I am holy. God is making it very clear that what's coming, it's a global food crisis. And I'm going to leave it right here And remember, I've always said that the grace of God has been saying, simply prepare for departure and prepare yourself in your family if you're still here or if you're left behind for the things that are about to happen globally around the world during the 7-year tribulation period and during the Antichrist reign. God is going to slam shut the door and he's going to take the church up in glory. I leave it right here on this title called The Global Food Crisis, where the Lord is sounding the alarm that what's coming is simply the collapse. May the Lord so richly bless you. Remember to click like, share, subscribe, hit on the bell to receive our latest telecast. And remember, I catch you on my next telecast of Catch and Go. God bless.